All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth. In truth and sincerity. All right. This is Taziyah from GMS Boston, coming back with a quick impromptu. And on the front of your screen, Salaki. It's from this newspaper, a news source. It's called Tyranny News. And it says, claim farmers ordered by government to destroy crops, more food shortages coming. All right. And this article is from yesterday. Okay. In this newspaper, a news source is these Edomites complaining. All right. And it says social media platforms are getting flooded with testimonies from farmers, friends of farmers, and people who work with farmers, explaining how the Biden regime is now paying the people who grow America food supplies to destroy it. At a time when inflation is soaring, Washington, D.C. is ordering farmers to plow under the crops. All right, plow under their crops. Okay, they work so hard to grow. In exchange, these farmers are reportedly being paid high dollar for their obedience. All right, and I'm just going to play this little short clip. I'm not going to play all of it. I'm just going to play up until the point of a certain point that I got something to say. Okay.
So me and my coworker got talking today, and something came up that I didn't really think about when my dad mentioned it to me. He's worked in the agriculture industry for over 40 years. This year, farmers are being offered 1.5 times the value of their crops to destroy them. They're also being told by the federal government they will not receive subsidies for farming if they refuse to destroy their crops. What does that mean? That means that the farmer cannot afford to provide you with food based upon the taxes the government is levying on him if the government doesn't in turn give him back his tax money to provide you with food. Kind of a fucked up system, but that's how it works. And, well, they're not going to subsidize them if they don't destroy the crops. They'll pay them more than what it's worth, and they want them to destroy it, and they'll still get their subsidies. They're trying to create a food shortage. We've got 8 months to get our own food supply. We're probably going to be facing mass starvation. Is it true that the government is paying farmers to destroy their crops? And the simple answer to that is yes, they are.
Initially heard about the government paying farmers to destroy their crops, I thought it was a load of bullshit. Well, lo and behold, we received our destruction notice the other day. So basically, there's two options on how to destroy the crop. The government could fly on Agent Orange, or we could manually destroy the crop ourselves. But we put too much blood, sweat, and tears in it to let them destroy it, so we decided to manually do it ourselves. Basically, it said if we used a lawnmower to destroy the crop, we could receive an extra $600 an acre. Something about the low carbon footprint or something. So that's what we're doing.
I got my letter yesterday. The letter asking you to destroy some crop. Along with the letter, I had to sign for a certified package, which included these two binders, and then of course this 3-ring binder on how to properly dispose of your crops. And as you can tell, it's on government paper. And as you can tell, this here is the affected area in my section of the county, closest town, and of course you can't run away, they even do that.
And of course, they have all this information, the government does, so they can further, destroy the land, as you're about to see. Okay. But it all is coming down to the NWO. Okay. And look up that acronym if you don't know what it is, but this is their plan. All right.
So from the county tracts, then they break it down into these individual farm tracts that you have to destroy. And you can see the crop or the field. So
this is the second machine that I dropped off here for the local farmers. Just want to show you a little bit of each drum. We got 4 of these drums, 2 on each side. Now you can imagine the damage they can do, not counting the blade which you can set down. So this will be the first field that we take care of. So all we're going to do is mash everything into the ground. Then I'm going to go pick up some steel plates, lay them across the road plates, so we can get the machines over there, start on that farm. So the farmers got paid by the government. I don't understand what it's all about, but they got paid. Now they hired us to come in here and just destroy whatever we can. I don't understand how it all works, but we're already paid for a certain amount of time. You can hear the first machine already running out there. So when you hear them farmers saying they're getting paid to destroy everything, they ain't bullshitting y'all. Y'all better start paying attention.
Well, what you saw right there ought to concern you. I was doing exactly what I was told via a letter I got last night in the mail from the Department of Hydrocarbons. They said in order to stabilize oil prices, they need a bunch of oil just dumped. And not dumped on the market, just dumped on lease roads and field roads and things like that. So I'm hooked up to that oil tank, going straight into my truck to get rid of it. Well, I'm going to get fined if I don't get rid of it, they said. So that prompted me to call District Selectman Tony Deloge and ask him about this letter. He said he didn't know much about it, but he would suggest that I follow whatever it says. So here we go. You know, these are some serious times right now. Since January, oil prices have been through the roof. I'm seeing more and more farmers on TikTok saying that the government's paying them to kill their fields. Agent Orange, I saw a guy with a lawnmower mowing down beans, getting paid to do it. They're controlling food. Now they're going to control energy. I don't understand why this is going on. But I tell you what, if they control food and they control energy, what freedom do you have left?
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. So Agent Orange is very toxic to the environment. So is putting oil on the soil. It's very toxic to the environment. So that tells you that they don't want food production being privately owned anymore in the United States of America. All right, Agent Orange spraying and oil spillage is very toxic to the environment, and so much so things won't grow in that area ever again. And if it does, it has high levels of toxicity to them. Okay, all right, going forward, because he said a key thing: once they have control over your food, they got control over your freedom. Now let's take it to let's go here, show you something, how this is all going to tie in together.
If it was the ultimate plan of the banking industry, what they wanted to accomplish, and the goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world. They all work together. They're all central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time we have a central bank that plans everything for us, right?
You see, and the plan is to stop commercialized growth of agriculture and personalized growth of agriculture. Why? For the tyranny of controlling it all, as Aaron Russo is getting into.
Right, and the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one-world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and then they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And
Total control. Now, going over to this article, right? Let's get it. Says Indians drop dead from the same news source. Indians drop dead from starvation thanks to Bill Gates' food rationing biometrics system. All right. And it says few people know this, but back in 2017, rural India implemented a digital biometric food rationing system called Aadhaar that was thrust upon the country, Salaki, by none other than billionaire eugenist Bill Gates. All right, and many Indians have since died because of this genocidal tool. All right, Aadhaar was built by Gates using a social credit scoring model that allots resources, including public service, to people based on their compliance level with whatever the global capitalists are demanding of them at any given time. It is also riddled with errors that have cost many Indians their lives. Okay, so like Aaron Russo saying, this thing right here, okay, MOTB, man, okay, is it's coming into full play. Now, this is 2017, and I believe this was the platform. It's going to say, it says, Atwaria Devi, 67-year-old widow from the rural Indian states of Jharkhand, was starved to death by Gates after the Aadhaar app refused to distribute the 25-kilogram bag of rice she was promised monthly. For whatever reasons, the app would not recognize Devi's fingerprint, so she was denied food until she eventually died. All right, and just keep in mind the MOTB, they can do this anytime if they want to you. It says, Premeni Kumar, a 64-year-old woman, also from Jharkhand, suffered a similar demise after the Aadhaar system mistakenly awarded her pension payments to another person without her permission. Like Divya, Kumar stopped receiving food and eventually starved to death. Then we have an 11-year-old Santoshi Kumari, also from the same place, Jharkhand, whose family stopped receiving food rations for failing to link the government program to their Aadhaar digital ID. Kumari begged in the streets for rice only to eventually starve to death just like the others. Related, Bill Gates is buying up farmland in the United States to do the same thing here. There you have it. Okay? There you have it. Plain and to the point. Why? Because they want to implement this right here and get out food rationing. And then the other thing that was interesting, it was the social debt. Okay, right here. Gates using a social credit scoring model that allows resources. All right, and that's what you're getting ready to see with this this right here. All right. It says Kennedy Hall, climate change and COVID pen. Coleman are tools of control by global elites. All right. Says Canadian author and radio show Kennedy Hall described climate alarmism and the fear driven by the Wuhan 19 program, all right, as tools of control by the global elites. He noted that the grim predictions by experts never quite came true, with the opposite even happening at times. In November 6th blog post for LifeSite News, Hall pointed out that the climate change prediction exposed by former Vice President Al Gore and others did not come to fruition. It was not hard to find a wealth of knowledge that debunked virtually every claim of all the climate change prophets, who were not just wrong, but were often really wrong. All right. And this is just going into, this new thing that they got with the carbon footprint. Okay, they're gonna have a carbon credit system, which is stupid. Okay, how can you measure somebody's carbon? Well, they think they figured it out by these all these gadgets that they have on people, heart rate monitoring and how many steps it takes in a day for you, and they're gonna limit people to what they can do, but it's all a thing of control. Okay, and that's what this man right here was saying, Aaron Russo.
And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
See?
And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do.
Everything is in there, And so they want a one-world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control the people, and you become a slave. You become a serf.
And that's where they're going with it. All right. So I got a couple of scriptures. Right. It says 2 Corinthians in the Holy Scriptures. All right. The Bible. Where you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be listening to the men of the Lord at this point in time, because now it's the final seconds of the fourth quarter. All right. We're in the last days, and these are the end time prophecies coming to pass. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And when you look up devices, right, let's just get it for those new people. All right. Devices. Mental perception, right? And the word is
Strong's G 3540 Naima.
Okay, if that is the correct pronunciation. It says that mental perception, thought, and evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purpose. All right. So that's what that is, the evil thought. And his evil thought is global domination through the microchip. All right. Through the MOTB, as you've seen on the screen. Now, this video, I can tell you right now that this video is going to get flagged, but whatever they do in the darkness, this is Isaiah 42:16 real quick. And I will bring the blind by a way that they know not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them, and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them. That's not what I wanted. Let's get it. Slocky Brothers. I think it's in Luke. Yeah, Luke 12:3. Slocky. It says, Luke 12:3. Therefore, whatsoever you have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. And that's what the watchman's job is to do, especially from the wicked. All right, we're supposed to tell their evil, dastardly deeds and let them be known to the children of Israel, so they can get out of the way of the snare. Okay, and that's what you see now. Be that as it may, these things are still going to go on because they are how do you say, they are prophecies from the beginning of how this world is supposed to go down, right? And let's just grab it. Let's go here. This is what I just finished saying. All right, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. This 2 Ezra 15:1, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right, and sure as that the MOTB is real. You see these people doing what the government is saying, but it's going to lead to a worldwide drought. Not drought, but famine, or a famine in the land of Babylon the Great, which was also foretold, right? This is I start from the point. This 2 Ezra 15:12. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the power Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, right? And that's what you see them farmers doing. For their seed shall fell through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation, a fearful sign, right? And it was already numerous amounts of droughts out there just because of the ecosystem. All right. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So this prophecy is not too far behind. Okay. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, evading one another, that shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Why? Because when food gets scarce, man, these people are going to bug out, man. They're going to lose it, right? Food, when the unrighteousness, unrighteous decrees doesn't suit people anymore, it's gonna turn up, just like the Lord wants it to. All right. Let's go down to here. 2 Ezra 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, right? And that's what you read at in India, okay, happening. There's great death happening. So this thing is coming to a head, man. It's finally getting to the point where the Lord is going to turn up the fire, and then he's going to intervene, all right, with his son, Yahweh Shai. It says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come, right? And that's just proof that Ezra is going to be in this time, all right? But as it stands, the times are going to get harsher, all right? When you read verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulations and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Yeah, so if you don't get right, you're going to suffer all these things. And because the prophets of the Most High, the hopeful elect, who we hope we are, okay? Anybody that's teaching his word in truth and sincerity, you can see it right here. Right here. Right here. This guy done bought up billions and billions of dollars of land, okay, only to have you starved out. And there it is. That's the face that they want to recognize, but they never are. You got a face of a Israelite girl standing right here. You Israelites have to wake up, man, and get prepared for the coming day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. The hopeful elect. All right. Only he's going to do it. And if you hear these words and you're inclined to do the will of the Heavenly Father, then I suggest you do it. Because fighting against the Lord is only going to lead to one thing: death. All right. So that's that, man. I just wanted to bring this out real quick, man. And, you know, when you look at it all, this is where it's going. Okay? This is where it's going right here. It's no further than that. This is the end all be all. Once he implements this, okay, then Yahweh Shai is coming, man. All right. So with that, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Shalom.